Everywhere we look, we see the devastating impact of climate change on people and on the natural world which sustains us. But on this year's World Environment Day, let us also recognize the essential role nature can play in tackling this crisis and in bringing us back to a more sustainable kind of living. To start with, the most urgent task nature can play a huge part in reducing CO2 emissions through renewable energy and most immediately by reducing deforestation. Nature can also help us adapt to climate change and help societies become more resilient. In fact, healthy nature is essential to human well-being and development. We're also learning more about how nature provides an additional function to clean up the atmosphere from the excess carbon dioxide humanity has historically released. This doesn't mean we can rely on nature to do everything, and neither is there one magic risk-free solution to the crisis that faces us. The world will need a full range of options, but there can be no solutions which do not in some way involve nature. And this year's theme is Time for Nature, so let us ask how we can work with nature so that nature can work with us. Exploring how to safely remove and isolate excess carbon dioxide from the atmosphere is one of the priorities of the Carnegie Climate Governance Initiative, which I lead. Growing trees and other biomass can absorb and potentially isolate large quantities of carbon and produce many other social, economic, and environmental benefits. But we also need to be careful. Nature-based approaches also come with risks, which need to be anticipated and managed in a sustainable development framework in just and equitable ways. There are also new ideas emerging. These include approaches to reflect sunlight back into space to lower temperatures known as solar radiation modification. Some of these could help protect nature by reducing heat stress, but they could also bring potentially big risks and costs which need to be thought about. All of this requires governance by all stakeholders, including but not limited to governments, to assess risks against other risks and to ensure that stakeholders everywhere can participate in learning, understanding, and making choices. The good news is many institutions can help us in academia, civil society, government agencies, and in intergovernmental entities such as the United Nations, including its environment program UNEP, that can be so important in providing information about the risks, benefits, and governance challenges of these approaches. But there's no time left to lose. To get this right, we need to kickstart governance conversations around the world today to tackle some of the difficult new questions that are emerging. So on this World Environment Day, let's resolve to work together to help nature to help us. Without doubt, it is time for nature.